So you want to learn a thing or two about Ark? Well, you're in the right place. I'm Survivor, and I'm bringing you my 5 best tips and tricks for the island that will get you well on your way to Ascension. And stay tuned, because the last tip is the single best piece of advice I've ever learned about survival on the Ark. Coming in at number 5 is the notorious moss chops. To obtain early game high value resources is a must-have. For example, fiber, hide, and narcotic are absolutely necessary to establish yourself as a stable survivor. With that being said, the moss chops is an invaluable asset to survival on the Ark. They spawn across all the beaches on the island and are a simple passive tame by approaching and feeding them their preferred food as specified by the prompt above their heads. But now that you have your Jurassic hog, you can harvest all the narco berries and fiber your pockets can hold. On top of all of that, it's a more than suitable tame to kill other mid-sized creatures for hide and meat. Coming in at number 4 is Ark's unique note system, not only furthering the expansive lore within the game, but progression of your player's own stats through level boosts and period of extra gained experience. Over Ark's history, players have defined consistent routes to do what is named note runs, spawning in and running between each location to obtain 12 notes in under 6 minutes that can send you anywhere from level 1 all the way to level 67. Number 3 is utility tames. To know what dinosaurs will best help you achieve your goals on the Ark is life-changing when it comes to grinding and harvesting the items you need. In particular, let's cover 4 of my favorite mainstays that follow me onto just about every Ark I journey. The first dinosaur is the Beelzebufo, aka that big fat frog. The Beelzebufo has a unique ability to harvest a metric ton of cementing paste. I mean, just look at this heavy-duty frog power, and trust me, cementing paste will be one of the most important mid to late game resources you'll obtain, so start collecting early and tame your very own Slippy Toad. Following that is the woolly mammoth, and my personal favorite on the list. This beautiful furry mess with horns collects thatch and berries with its primary attack, and its secondary attack harvests wood, with a secret ability which cuts the weight of wood by 75% when it's in its own inventory. A stack of 100 wood's weight points will be chopped down, get it, to 12 points of weight. It's amazing what this Snuffleupagus can do. It also has buffing and debuffing abilities, which makes it even better. Taming them can seem intimidating due to their size, but they are slow and go down fairly easy, which means coming in prepared and keeping your distance is all you'll need to do. The third dinosaur is the Doedicurus. This roly-poly-oly is great for harvesting stone, and just like the mammoth, it cuts the weight of stone by 75%. There isn't much more needed to say about the Doedicurus, which leads us to our last, and I have to be honest, I've lied to you. Up till now, the last tame isn't actually one dinosaur, it's 2. The Anki and Argentavis mix, a deadly metal harvesting duo, not to be slept on. Anki's also cutting the weight by 75% will passively harvest metal when close enough, which means holding an Anki in your Argentavis' grip and flying over veins of metal will quickly get you hundreds or even thousands of metal in no time. Seriously, don't sleep on it. Now coming in at number 2 is one I really struggled to place on this list because it's almost equal in worth to the top spot. And that is breeding. Now, this can be really, I'm going off script here. This can be really difficult to get down. Mess around with it, take your time, and just be patient because you'll get it eventually, trust me. Specifically for mutations, breeding can be a way to get some great dino stats passed down and immortalized in lining your toughest dinosaurs. If you breed carefully, you can track the stats of your dinosaurs, and eventually you may notice an improvement in one of their stats or a unique change in color. That's a mutation. They can be tricky, if not very rare to get, but if you do, consider your hard work paid off. You can now pass down and mass produce these improved stats across all of your offspring. You can even breed a great boss killing team. Here are a few short honorable mentions which almost made it on the list, but due to being on many other people's lists are unnecessary to give a real spotlight to. Number 1, always leave your fires burning because charcoal will be valuable in crafting gunpowder, an important mid to late game resource. While having your map open, you can press X on your Xbox, P on your PC, or square on PlayStation to pin coordinates on your map to go back there in the future. Keep an otter with you when hunting artifacts. I'm sure you've heard this before, but otters are the only creature that you can have on the island that hold artifacts. It's crazy. Do this to maximize your time and your reward. Now, last but not least, the most important tip that I can give you on not only the Ark, or not only the island, but Ark as a whole. Listen to this. This is crazy. Changing your settings. That's right. The #1 spot, which literally no other tip holds a candle to. The little list on the left side of your screen every time you boot up your little personal server. Those settings can change your life, the entire quality of your experience tenfold. Just to name a few, you can turn the location on your map to see where you are, turn damage numbers on to better track your dino's damage, or to gauge dicey situations with dinosaurs. And to be blunt, you can improve every aspect of Ark just through changing or activating certain settings in your game. Sure, Ark's been improved over the last 8 years, but it was only made in a very short time. So it's not perfect. So you can definitely improve the game by introducing some of these widely accepted ideas of altering your game settings. Listen, in the description, I will post all of the settings I use in my personal playthroughs. I posted them all over the channel, so go check them out. Let me know you came from this video in the comments, and I will be sure to reply to all of them. It is literally my favorite thing to do. But hey, at the end of the day, just make sure that you're having fun. And on that note, these are the island's 5 most important tips and tricks. If you liked the video, be sure to share with all of your Ark comrades or support the channel by knocking out the subscribe button. It literally only takes 1 punch. This simple tame goes down easy. I'm Survivor, and I'll see you in the next one.